I'm Siyona Bose, and welcome to my channel, Learning Builds Life. And today we're going to learn about how to find quick factors of quadratic polynomials. So we can begin, and I have a special trick for you. In the first polynomial, when we factorize, let's see how we can do it. The polynomial is x squared minus x minus 156. The trick here is that we need to locate 156 between two perfect squared numbers. So let us find what are the perfect squared numbers between which we can locate 156. The two perfect squared numbers are 12 squared, which is 144. Okay, that's less than 156, obviously. And that's also less than another perfect squared number, which is the consecutive number to 12, 13. 13 squared is 169. So we can locate 156 between the two consecutive perfect square numbers, 12 squared and 13 squared. So required factors are 12 and 13. Now we can factorize this polynomial. So we have a negative sign in front of 156, which indicates we need to find the difference between the terms. Difference between the terms. And there's a negative sign in front of x, which tells us that the bigger term should have the negative sign, and the smaller term should have the positive sign. So accordingly, we can factorize our polynomial. So we have x plus 12 the whole into x minus 13 the whole. Since the big number the smaller number 12 has a positive sign, and the bigger number 13 has the negative sign. So it's perfect. So we have factorized our first polynomial, and we can move on to our second. Our second polynomial is x squared plus x minus 182. In this polynomial too, we need to locate 182 between two perfect squared numbers. So we will see what are they. So immediately we can identify that 13 squared, 169, less than 182, less than 14 squared, which is 196. So obviously we can locate 182 between 169 and 196, which is the square of 13 and 14, which are two consecutive numbers. So here we can find out that 182 is located between two consecutive perfect square numbers. They are 13 and 14. Now accordingly we can factorize. Now we have a negative sign from 182, that means we now find the difference between the terms. And we have a positive sign in front of x, which tells us, not x, I want to mean the linear term. Say when the middle term coefficient is 1. Linear term, you can call it 2. X has a positive sign in front of it. So accordingly, we can factorize it and put the positive sign in front of the bigger number, 14, and negative sign in front of the smaller number, 13. So we have factorized our polynomial, and we have got x plus 14 the whole and x minus 13 the whole. Wasn't it easy? So now we can move on to our next polynomial of the same kind. Our third polynomial is x squared minus x minus 240. We need to solve this, right? So we need to locate this again between two perfect square numbers. So immediately you can identify the perfect square numbers are 14 squared, which is 196, less than 240. Whoops, I made a mistake. It's supposed to be 15 squared. It's not supposed to be 14. I made a mistake. Please bear with me. But it's supposed to be 15 squared, 225, less than 240, less than 16 squared, 256. I'm really sorry for the mistake, but please bear with me. The correct factors are 15 and 16, and we have 240 located between these two perfect square numbers, consecutive perfect square numbers. And we have the case as the first one. We have a negative sign from 240, and you know what that means. We need to find the difference between the terms, and we have a negative sign in front of x, which indicates that we need to write the negative sign in front of the bigger number and the positive sign in front of the smaller number. So accordingly, we can factorize our polynomial. X plus 15 the whole into x minus 16 the whole. Now, I'd like to give a tip. You better learn your squares from 1 to 29. That may help you to solve these big polynomials, as I can. So please learn your squares. They may be easy. Now, you must be feeling a bit nervous because this new type of polynomial does not have the middle term coefficient as 1, but don't worry, we're going to reduce this with another trick. Let's see how. So our fourth polynomial is x squared plus 10x minus 21,000. Don't get afraid of big numbers. We can reduce this polynomial. How? We can take 2 zeros from 21,000 and just ignore it. Just ignore it for the moment. And the rule is the number of zeros you remove from the constant term, half the number should be removed from the coefficient of the linear or middle term. So we have excluded 2 terms, and half of 2 is 1. So we exclude 1 from the 10, which is the coefficient of the linear or middle term. So now we have reduced this polynomial to x squared plus x minus 210. Now, this polynomial is very easy to solve because it's just the type we have learned here, okay? So, it's the same way, we need to locate 210, the constant term, which is reduced because we've ignored the 2 zeros, between 2 perfect square numbers. So, now we'll try not to make a mistake. The 2 perfect square numbers are 14 squared, 196, less than 210, less than 15 squared, 225. So, I know it's not wrong because 210 is less than 196, obviously, which is less than 225. And the 2 consecutive perfect square numbers are 14 and 15. But remember the 0 we have excluded here? Now I need to bring that in the factorization. Rest all stays the same, the sign in front of the 2. Notice all the polynomials have a negative sign in front of the constant term, so I don't need to repeat it all over again. So we only need to focus mainly on the sign in front of the 10x term, or the linear term. So we factorize this polynomial, but remember we have excluded the 0 here. We need to get 14 and 15. We need to make it 140 and 150. So accordingly we solve our polynomial. The positive sign goes in front of the bigger term and the negative sign in front of the smaller term. Accordingly, we get x plus 150 the whole into x minus 140 the whole. I know my space management is a bit bad, but please bear. This is x plus 150 the whole into x minus 140 the whole. Because we have excluded the 0, hence the 15 and the 14 became 140 and 150. So now we do our fifth polynomial. Our fifth polynomial is x squared minus 10x minus 13200. So again, as the previous case, we need to remove 2 zeros out of here. Exclude it and ignore it. And we have to find the half of 2, which is 1, and exclude the 10, exclude the 0 from the 10, which is the coefficient of the linear term or middle term, whatever you like to say. And we now have to write the reduced polynomial as x squared minus x minus 132. Now I can easily solve this polynomial. But first we need to locate 132 between 2 perfect square numbers. 11 squared, 121, is less than 132, less than 12 squared, 144. Okay, we have the factors of 11 and 12. Now, but first, we need to remember about the 0 we excluded from the 10, like in the previous case we did. And we get the factors, final factors, as 110 and 120. And we have a negative sign in front of x, which tells us we need to write the positive sign in front of the smaller term and the negative sign for the bigger term. So accordingly, we factorize the polynomial. The factorization is x plus 110 the whole into x minus 120 the whole. Before I finish this episode, I want to tell you two things. First thing is, please don't say solve a polynomial. Always say factorize a polynomial. And second tip is, please learn your squared from 1 to 29 to factorize polynomials with big constants like 156, 182, and 240. It may help you a lot. I hope you'll like this episode a lot. I have a sum for you all. Please try to solve it. It is x squared plus x minus 9, 9, 9, 0, 0, 0. I'm giving you a few minutes for you to copy the sum. Please try to solve the sum and give your answers in the comment section below. And please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you. In the next blog, we will discuss on episode 2, which is quick factors of quadratic polynomials when the middle or linear term coefficient is 2. Please subscribe our channel and press the bell button.